Hello, everyone. My guest today is Dilip Ittyera. He is the founder of a company called iEngage.ai. He's an entrepreneur building the company all under a brand called Aikon Labs. The company is focused on helping you discover, organize, and reuse knowledge. Dilip, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
So tell us
Thank,
about the company. What do you guys do and what are you selling?
thanks, Nathan, for having me here. So Icon basically is based out of the city called Pune in India, and what we do primarily is iEngage, which is a API-based SaaS platform. The focus has been to address this challenge of how do we actually discover knowledge from very unstructured conversations, like the one we are having today. How can we, if we were to give record this or even stream it to iEngage, at the end of this, potentially iEngage should be able to answer or give you insights in terms of what Icon Labs does, iEngage does, and stuff like
And,
that. So
and
that's basically the
how
plan.
much are customers paying for this software per month on average?
So the SaaS-based model, we have multiple years that we
What's
have.
the
The
average?
the average would be a per month subscription would be about $80 a month.
Okay. That's great. And walk me through when you launched the company and what year and how you got your first 10 customers.
Uh, Initially, when we started Icon Labs, we actually had a solution for innovation management, which we had built on top of the iEngage APIs. That's how we started, and we started some years back, and actually hit a roadblock. We couldn't scale as a startup, and at one point of time, we were like really at a loss as what to do. And then when we realized that the value of what we have is in the APIs, 2 years back, one and a half, 18 months plus back, we actually opened up the APIs for access for the rest of the world for them to use it on a SaaS-based model to subscribe and build out their applications, which will make use of knowledge within their
So the
interaction.
SaaS company was officially launched about 2 years ago.
Yeah, about 18 months plus.
Got it. So we'll call it maybe 2019 timeframe. And how did you get your first two, three, four customers?
Well, most of them have been through personal contacts in the network, especially since I come from a technical background. There were developers looking for, of course, those were the early days of utilizing AI, especially in India. We became one of the earliest IBM Watson startup partners in India and utilized some of their APIs to get started on this. And through the networks is how we got it. And we really struggled because in India, it's not very common to have API-based API only SaaS platforms. Getting it to scale has been a difficult proposition. So
So
we went through this.
how many customers are you working with in today?
Today we have 100 plus customers. We have been the API has been handling hundreds of millions of interactions over the last almost 2 years. And
How many interactions
Yeah.
per month?
So typically would have about 10 to 12 million interactions that happen in a month
Hmm.
with
And that's
respect
what you
to
bill, and that's what you bill against, right? That's what you charge against.
that's a basic unit of cost that we have.
And then can I multiply $80 a month times 1,000 times 100 customers? You're doing about $8,000 a month right now on revenue.
That's correct.
That's great. And where were you exactly 1 year ago? Do you remember?
1 year back, we had some of our we actually were lucky to get one or two marquee labels, brands, but working on a proof of concept. So that's where we were. We hardly had any revenues because we had completely stopped the innovation software, which was giving us some decent revenues, but not scaling. After trying it for few years, we had to
How much
take the
revenue was it
hard.
doing?
Or the innovation software, we were doing about 250 to $300,000 a year.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And you just say, you know what, there's more opportunity doing SaaS.
Yeah, we tried. We continuously were at that level for about 2 3 years, and
Hmm.
we realized that we are not scaling.
Yep.
Nobody wanted. Our realization was nobody wanted a separate platform for driving innovation.
Yep. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Now, have you bootstrapped the company or have you raised?
Yeah, so till last year, we were completely bootstrapped. I'm an extreme bootstrapper. I sold the house that I stayed in with my wife and son,
Wow.
moved to a rented place and bootstrapped. But we were fortunate to find an angel investment from the US last year.
How much did
That's
you
our
raise?
first, but $500,000.
500,000.
Yeah,
And what valuation did you raise at?
I might not be able to disclose that right now, the
Why is it?
valuation part of it.
Why is that?
Because we are still a private company and I have investors. I'm right now in a silent period where we are even having discussions on further investment. So I would not be able to disclose valuations for that previous investment.
How much additional capital are you looking to raise?
We are going to this round, which could be either a large seed round or like a pre-series A, could be about 3 to 4 million dollars.
That's a lot of dilution. That doesn't seem like something a serial bootstrapper would do.
Well, I've realized that either I do the dilution and get a foothold in the market, because this is an area where competition is actually filling in
Mm.
very fast.
But how do you scale? I mean, you've been in it for 19 months and you're only doing $8,000 a month in revenue or $96,000 a year in revenue. If you go raise $3 to $4 million, you better scale really fast in order to get to a price where you can actually exit or actually make money for yourself.
Correct. So we during the COVID period, and when most of the struggles were happening, we did two things. We are piggybacking on two of the largest collaboration ecosystems in the world. One is Slack, the other is Microsoft Teams. We have a certified app.
You're built into the Slack ecosystem,
Yeah. So we
like
have an
the
integration of it.
marketplace.
That is correct. So if you check the Slack marketplace, we'll find there's a product, a micro SaaS product called Ariv, and we just launched it.
Can you
And
spell it?
it is ARIV. Ariv. Ariv stands for knowledge in Sanskrit.
Got it. So you're in the Slack marketplace. You've launched Ariv. How many demos or trials are you getting per month from Slack right now?
We currently have about 10,000 users we have a waiting list, and we have currently about 10,000 users using the Ariv
From the
platform in
Slack
Slack
from the Slack exchange.
alone.
Is that right?
Correct.
Got it. That's impressive. How did you get so many users via the Slack exchange? Did you get a bunch of 5-star reviews, or how did you optimize?
Yeah, we had some write-ups in some of the media in the US. Especially, we got into Product Hunt, and we got into the top 3 or 5 for the day. That gave us a lot of leverage in terms of people subscribing. And today, right now, it's on beta. So we are planning a release which should be a paid release by end of February.
Mhm.
And that's how we got our initial customers. So we are actually onboarding the customers on a batch mode. So we have more users coming up, and then we will soon, in the next few days, you will find one in the Microsoft App Store as well for
That's
Microsoft
great.
Teams.
How many people are on your team today?
We are 9 people, including me.
That's how many engineers?
Most of them are mathematics and linguistics guys. So we use a lot of NLP. We use ML and DL, especially to discover knowledge from these interactions. And we have folks who work on knowledge graphs. And so the most of it is from people who know to code, but more from a like Postgre. I myself I'm a
How many
dropout
people?
of.
How many people are writing code?
There are about 6 of us doing that.
I see. I see. And do you have any salespeople or no?
Pardon?
Do you have any sales exec people or no? Anyone doing
Yeah,
sales?
we have 3 of them, and we have an outsourced lead generation company
Which
that we work with.
which company do you use?
Uh, Get Me Pilot.
Get Me Pilot.
Yeah.
And do you like them?
Pardon?
Do you like them? Are they doing a good job?
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
Very good. Dilip, I love this. Okay, so you've got a great team that you're building out. You've raised 500K. You're raising more currently. Churn's critical in a SaaS business. What's your churn today?
We currently have about, like I said, especially with the RF, we are yet to face, because it's not a paid subscription as yet, we are yet to face too much of churn, but we
You
still
have
have about
100 paying customers, right?
That is correct. That is on the
Okay.
iEngage APIs, not the RF subscription. On the
I
iEngage,
understand. So
our
on the
churn,
on the
yeah,
on the API side, then what does churn look like? You can measure
very
that by
less is a,
increase or decrease usage.
yeah, we have about 18 to 19%.
That's monthly churn or annual churn?
That's an annual churn.
Oh, got it. That's actually, I mean, that's not horrible. You just got to drive more usage.
Yeah, because most of them are using the APIs in custom apps or applications that they're building. So once it is, the stickiness is very high if we get them to use our SDKs inside their apps.
Dilip, very good. Where can people learn more about you online? Where
Sorry,
can people
you say
learn
that?
more about you?
What people? Sorry.
Where can people learn more about you?
Oh yeah, I'm more like a backend boy. I'm less visible, but you can check me out on both on Twitter. My handle is Dilip Ti, Dilip, T for Tango, I for India, and same link at LinkedIn, linkedin.com/I India IN/Dilip Ti. So that's
Dilip,
my.
thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan, for having me. Have a good day.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know